Many people say that in order to know if the Book of Mormon is true, we need to pray about it. And one of the things that leads them to say this is the end of the Book of Mormon, which gives the Moroni challenge, as it were, the challenge to pray to see whether or not these things are true. Now, as a Christian, I can't do this, and in a previous video, we actually explained the specific reasons why that was the case. But there was one example that didn't make it into that script that I wanted to point to. Acts chapter 17, verses 10 through 12. The brothers immediately sent Paul and Silas away by night to Berea, and when they arrived, they went into the Jewish synagogue. Now these Jews were more noble than those in Thessalonica. They received the word with all eagerness, examining the scriptures to see if these things were so. Many of them therefore believed, with not a few Greek women of high standing as well as men. In this chapter, Paul and Silas show up to a town called Berea. Now, the Bereans heard the claims of Paul and Silas. They heard their teaching about the gospel, but they didn't immediately believe it to be true. And they didn't even pray about it. What they decided to do was examine the scriptures to see if these things were true. They went back to the Old Testament, the scriptures that they had, and they said, okay, they're saying that the Messiah has come. They're saying that he died for our sins, that he rose from the dead, and that if we believe in him, we can be justified, we can have peace with God, and we can dwell in his kingdom for all eternity. Are these things true? And so they searched through the Old Testament. They searched through the scriptures and evaluated the truthfulness of these claims. Turns out that many of them found these claims to be true in the Old Testament. They believed. It says that many of them therefore believed in verse 12. Now, we might think that this is somewhat inconsequential, but the Bible actually tells us that this was a very good thing. Verse 11, now these Jews, the Jews in Berea, were more noble than those in Thessalonica, because they received the word with all eagerness, examining the scriptures daily to see if these things were so. The nobleness of the Bereans is due to their diligence in studying the scriptures. So what does this mean? I think that Christians and all people should be quick to evaluate the truthfulness of claims. But the way we do that is not just by praying to see if something's true. I mean, the Bible tells us to watch out for false spirits. It tells us to beware our own heart, which can deceive us. Instead, what we ought to be doing is testing these things against what God has already revealed. We should be examining the scriptures. We should be noble, just like the Bereans were. And this is how we can know what is true and what is false.